Hey guys, what's up? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Time is around 5:30 a.m. in Dhaka, and I am wearing one of my favorite watches. I just woke up a while back, very tired yesterday. My God, the heat and humidity nowadays is crazy. So the afternoon walk, all the work that I did, so I kind of took like a day off from reviewing. So I'm back. So I already have done one review, which is on a fragrance house. I think uh, it's not niche. I think it's a like maybe super niche house, rogue perfumery, I'm not sure, but could be like it's up to you. I don't know how you classify that. Very beautiful fragrance, check that out. It's called Rose Tracto. And I think next one is, this list is simplified. Okay, it's more simple. This is the kind of video people like. And I'll just tell you one other thing one more time. I have seen yesterday, I was attending one live session by one of the YouTube reviewers, I think SoCal Sense, and I asked him a few questions. He's one of my favorite reviewers, good channel. But he was saying that there are a lot of channels, they do a lot of these lists and stuff like that, and it gets boring. It's not good. But I humbly disagree with him in a way that if you do a lot of individual reviews of a lot of good fragrances, niche or indie, yeah, right word, remember the word indie. If you do some expensive perfumes, people don't watch that for some reason. And when I say people, majority of people, okay. And when you do like designer fragrance, even new releases, yeah, sometimes people watch, but on most designer fragrance individual reviews, it hardly gets 1,000 views on my channel. And big channels like Red Essence or stuff, if I just look in their channel, hardly 2,000 views. It's not the channel's fault, it's not the fragrance fault, it's not even people's fault, but people like to watch something entertaining. They don't want to go in depth. So that's why I do this list. Okay, so refreshing list for summer. Some of these fragrances are refreshing, strictly summer. Sometimes it can be worn in winter. They have different elements. Okay, they're not same. So I'll just go one by one. First one is called Hugo Boss Motion. Okay, Hugo Boss in Motion or Hugo Boss Motion. So this one's released in a new bottle. This is the old style bottle. You cannot find these anymore. This is like a whole line back then. I have reviewed 3 from this line, 3 or 4. There are total 6 or 7. There's a green one, there's a blue one. So if you find those, get those. Those are super rare. So this is one of my university life, college life fragrances. Back in the days, it's a kind of like orange, a little bit like, you can say, not all the way orange. It's refreshing in a certain way. Like when I wore this, opening blast reminds me of nowadays Clinique Happy for Men, Ultra Zest. It's in the same family, but I think there's some dark elements to it, like woody elements. Maybe there's sandalwood. I don't remember the whole notes breakdown, but it's very refreshing. Hugo Boss in Motion. That's number 13. I think, yeah, number 13. Let's put it back a little bit more. Number 12. I put this in one of the lists recent times. I will put it again because I love this. This is Alfred Dunhill Fresh. Okay, so Dunhill is a super underrated house. Why I love this house? One thing, they are cheap. Okay, you can call me cheap for being a cheap person. Maybe some other people say these are junk. Just these are elementary fragrance. Get rid of them. Nope, I won't. I love them, and occasionally they smell so nice. They're just the perfect fragrance to wear. When you just look for a special moment, like it's a breezy day, windy day, like a little bit of a fall, you can smell the winter is coming slowly. And the leaves are flying, they're like dead leaves, like that kind of a scenario. You just want to wear something very simple, not super complex, not super expensive. These are kind of fragrances. Dunhill Fresh, it reminds me of Aqua Fahrenheit, a lot of the perfumes, CK, Man, and Narciso Rodriguez in certain ways, but there's herbal fresh greenness in this, which is very refreshing. Really nice bottles, and these are affordable fragrance. Very classy looking bottle. Reminds me of aftershave bottle. Dunhill Fresh, definitely give it a try. Check out my review on that one. Beautiful fragrance. I'm just so happy to get it. It only comes in 75 ml though. That's a bit sad. So number 11, then you hit top 10. Number 11 is this fragrance. Today's list is a little bit different. Okay, this is called Azzaro Puro, but this is called Low. Okay, Leau, Low or Low, and you can see the juice color. It's not very pretty. Some people might call this some nasty words, like some people call churros as urinal joint or urinal cake, and this one looks a bit that color, right? But forget about it. I'm not trying to be nasty or anything. This is a rare fragrance. I found this super cheap in one of the shops. It was like not very expensive. This is a small bottle of 50 ml, I think 50 or 30, 50 ml. Okay, so this is so different from original Azzaro Puro. Very refreshing. There is this nice herbal touch in the opening. It starts getting a little bit like powerhouse on the dry down, but still remains refreshing. Like when you see some like rosemary, I don't remember what note is there, but there's something that reminds me of something refreshing. Leaves. Okay, opening is very beautiful. Citrus. Okay, really lovely. Just absolutely love it. And just take a look at that, you know, atomizers. They are not really from modern times. I absolutely love it. Not an everyday wear, but still is refreshing. Azzaro Purom Low. Check out my review on that one. So top 10, let's go one by one. Number 10, Ajmal Shiro. One of my absolute favorites. I got this back in January when I took a trip to Port City, Chittagong, and I later collected Kuro and also Bleu from this line, 3 from this line. But this remains the most interesting in this line in terms of scent profile. It's similar to nothing. I get nothing from this which is similar to anything that I own. That's the best thing. It's refreshing. It's unique. It's not super citrusy. It's not super sweet. It's just a thing of its own. Super cooling, super long lasting. Let me smell it once more. So good. So good. If you just want to get a unique fragrance, this is the most unique one from the list today. Okay. Definitely check it out. Ajmal Shiro. Cool looking bottle. Looks like a you know, ice, like a, not cube, what do you call those, ice piece. Okay. So next one, talking about ice, this definitely is very refreshing, kind of like icing kind of a fragrance. And I got this fragrance like few years back. I think it's discontinued, but you still can find this in different sizes, called Thierry Mugler Ice Men. Okay. I think Angel Ice Men or just Ice Men. I think Ice Men, yes. Ice coffee, frosted nutmeg and patchouli. So woody, spicy, glacial, extreme polar, virile. I don't know what's that. But this fragrance, there are two in different names, but the same fragrance, I think. So this one gives that mint, frozen mint sort of a vibe. And it's very interesting. On the dry down, you get those patchouli, those like other notes that you get from Thierry Mugler, but it's so much more wearable. And it's absolutely love the bottle. Look at that bottle at the side. So I remember back in the days, reviewers like Mark, they'll be like, it's okay. They like it, but not as much as Amin or Pure Malt. It's not as highly rated as some of the other Thierry Mugler. But I think if you're looking for a different kind of a fragrance, refreshing, cooling, and it's just like iced tea, like, you know, they have some nice little iced tea like iced lemon tea or something like a cooling tea. This is something you can wear. It smells like ice and frozen mint. Beautiful fragrance. Ice Men by Thierry Mugler. Next one, you see the pattern, you'll see like similar sort of theme going here. This is Miyake, Bleu of Fraiche. Okay, I'm butchering the name, I know. I'm sorry about that. And the cap got a little bit nasty over the years because these caps, they do that. So I do have Bleu, and then I do have, I do have Issey Miyake, Bleu, and I also have the Fraiche. So there are two different fragrances. This is much more wearable. It's herbaceous, it's nice, it's light, but even if it's light, it lasts a very long time. So these are a bit hard to find nowadays. The Bleu and this one. This one I remember was cheaper than Bleu, and nowadays they go for very expensive price tag. Back in the days, it used to be $45 only. So Bleu Eau Fraiche, like this is a fragrance you can try if you're tired of your usual. Even it's better than Issey Miyake it's better than Bleu, you know, for me, because it's more wearable, more reachable, definitely refreshing. Bleu Eau Fraiche from Issey Miyake. Check out my review on that one. I got that a long time back. So next one, thing number 7. This is an OG. I keep talking about this. Those who follow me, they know that not many people show this. And I found out about this fragrance from Steven's channel, Red Essence, back in the days. And I absolutely loved it since day one. This is Bvlgari Man. This is the one that's responsible for all the flankers that I reviewed. Glacial essence, rain essence, you name it. They have so many essence, right? So they have Bvlgari Man in Black, the Neroli wood essence. There are many flankers. If this wasn't there from Alberto Morias, I don't think you would see a great fragrance like Bvlgari Man in Black, which is a great fragrance on its own right, but this is the OG. What's so great about this fragrance? One thing, discontinued. That's not the great thing. The great thing is the refreshing vibe it gives. Mandarin, the opening mandarin and a little bit of black pepper or some peppery kick. Whew. This is a beautiful little perfume. This is so underrated. This is so gorgeous. If you love fragrance house like L'Artisan Perfumery or something, they have some great fragrance. It reminds me of some of those great houses. Okay, so this is a stunning perfume, not really appreciated by many. I will tell you, get this before it's totally gone. This is going to be an amazing fragrance to your collection for summer and spring. Bvlgari Man. Next one, number 6. I was wearing this last night. I just love it. Oh, sorry, I was not wearing this. I was wearing Guerlain Homme, but I have a flanker from that line. This is called Guerlain Homme Boise. So these are like second generation or something like that of these versions. I used to have these older style vintage bottles which I sold off because the new ones do the same. like not much difference, just performance wise the new ones last like 2 hours less, the older ones maybe lasted 2 to 3 hours more. So Guerlain L'Homme Boise, it's even so much more refreshing than Guerlain L'Homme. Guerlain L'Homme is sweet rum. This one is more like a mojito, which also has rum, but I think the rum is mixed with mint, I think, yes. So refreshing. This one is lovely. If you don't own this, you need to own this. Such a great fragrance house of Guerlain. I think they released it under the Guerlain, I think, was that fragrance, low medial, those like square bottles. But if you can get this, great. Very affordable still. Guerlain L'Homme Boise. Amazing, refreshing fragrance. So top 5. Some of my favorite fragrances. Let me start with one fragrance I got recent times. I really like it. It's light. It's lightweight. It's not very long lasting, but still very nice fragrance from Hermes line. I think that's the line. This is called Le Jardin de Monsieur. Okay. I do love some of their creations. Un Jardin sur le Nil, Mediterranean, that one. There's another one, I forgot the name exactly. And I did review 3 before this. So someone, such a nice, kind brother, messaged me or wrote in email or comment that, bro, I wish I could send you some of this samples, but I live in overseas. It's very difficult that, for you to get. So I just appreciate the gesture. If you watch my video, thank you so much, brother. I love you for your beautiful, beautiful gesture. Slowly I'll get them, as much as I can get. If I wasn't statesman, I wouldn't have any lack of content because I can find sample of almost anything. But then, God bless Bangladesh, because I still can get reviews done, because I can get a lot of great fragrance like this. So this one, it's a very green, fresh kind of fragrance. It doesn't have so much of a, there's a note of green sap in there, okay, which I like. And it's not like for everybody, okay, but it's refreshing. If you're looking for something different than just sweet, boozy or citrusy, just try this one. This is a refreshing, I think there's a kumquat note, but mostly it's taken over by the green, like a freshness, like a morning dew. You'll love this. This is a very refreshing fragrance for summer and spring. Le Jardin de Monsieur, even though it says for men, but I think it's unisex perfume. Now number 4, bringing back a niche fragrance which is affordable. Some people, they do not call this house niche. They don't want to give it the respect it deserves, but I loved it since the day one. This is called Mancera Sicily. Mancera Sicily is powerful. It's a beautiful grapefruit, very, very mouth-watering, juicy grapefruit. And just for that note, it's just a desirable perfume. I do prefer Cedrat Boise a little bit more over this, but for some reason, this one outperforms Cedrat Boise, okay? Even it's more prettier than lemon lime. So Sicily is a little bit floral on the dry down, a little bit feminine. I can see that, but the opening freshness, you cannot argue like this is one of the best creations ever. This is called Sicily, very citrusy. Italian bergamot, I think, is used in this. This Mancera Sicily, very refreshing. Try it out. Number 3, a niche fragrance, but it's something I would say people buy this house for layering, because already can tell it's Escentric molecules. And I think I have Escentric 03. That's the fragrance. Beautiful little green juice color. Once again, just like the Hermes. So these are the bottles, are pretty cute. Some people may say, where's the cap? It looks cheap, like Office for Men, but it's okay. The juice in there, green. There's iris, and I think there's citrus. This tree is very light. You spray, as soon as you spray, you may feel like, oh, it's gone or it's too light. It stays, it comes back, it goes. That's how this house works. Molecule 01, molecule 02, Escentric. All these fragrances are good for layering. If you layer this, let's say with Dior or Dior Sport, it will last the whole day. That's the great thing about this very refreshing Escentric 03. Check it out. Check out my review. Number 2 and number 1, 2 of my favorites. Prada L'Homme. And let's put together my man right there. My man. Versace Forum. So these two are like, you don't have to say much about them. If I describe enough, people laugh like, hey, we know. Okay, enough. Prada L'Homme, want the cleanest, most non-offensive fragrance. It can be worn anywhere by anybody. Nobody will be distracted, or nobody's gonna be violated by this fragrance. Such a clean, pretty, high-class house, high-class fragrance. And this one, what else can I say about Versace Forum? Just take a look at the juice color. This is refreshing. Neroli, citrus, and it's masculine, man. The florals, neroli, whatever, it's just masculine. So try these fragrances out. Versace Forum is one of my signature scents, by the way. Anyway, so any of these fragrances you try, there's some different ones right here. I think you'll like them, okay? So do let me know which ones do you like, and I think I'll sign out for the night. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.